Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, sir.
Dr.
Good afternoon,
Doga,
sir.
good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. I'm back. I lost out in the morning section.
Coordinators, to how are you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome back, sir.
Just put how do you do this afternoon? Who do are you with us? If you are really hearing us on or to just can you talk to us? It is like who to try out today where you are staying, the service is not good. Can you change location just a bit away from where you have been since morning? Then maybe the idea. Hello, Chidima, you are welcome to the session.
Thank you, sir.
Can we start now?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, we can start now, sir.
Okay, sir, we can start.
Joseph, is it possible, will it be possible for you to change location so as to improve service delivery for you to get everything we are doing? Thank you very much and welcome to the afternoon. In the morning session, we discussed social action I said in the morning session, we discussed environmental theory, social and social constructivism, grounded theory. All the theories will enjoy taking a look at them. And here we are. We said grounded theory is a theory that at times people look at it as a procedure for conducting a research project. We say it has been criticized that not actually a theory, but just a procedure. It can be applied in project writing. We also look at constructivism as a theory that is used by specialists in teaching and it's all about building on the past experience. That is like a construction work that you move from one step to another. It has its own citizens. Some people said it's too rigid, may not be applied in all to the modern system. And when you look at the social justice theory, is one thing that is worrying we Nigeria. If you look at us carefully, the law is there, the constitution is there, but people apply it only where they feel favors them. It's almost the same thing with social justice. Social justice theory has principles like human rights, principles of access, equity, and equality. If you leave out one and you apply one, then you have not actually applied social justice. Is all these components that look at social social justice theory. If social justice theory is carefully applied in Nigeria, we wouldn't have all these problems we have been having of about the employment rate, unemployment rate surging on daily, poverty level, or the inequality between the rich and poor in increasing on daily basis. So now we are going to look at another theory. Okay, we are up to 6 now. The theory we are going to look at it now is this particular one. Labeling theory, that we have an ends, have labels attached to certain things. If we have an ends and we have labels and ends, then we will look at labeling theory as one thing that is very important. Labeling theory is a social behavior with labeling. It's a social behavior which says that behavior of human beings is influenced significantly by the way other members in the society label them. That if I'm labeled as a teacher, I'll begin to behave like one. If I'm labeled as an imam, I will begin to behave like an imam. If I'm labeled as a man, then I'll also begin to behave like a man. I'm labeled as a thief, I'll behave like a thief. This is what the theory is talking about. It is a sociological theory that says that you content from if people behave the way they are meant. People say I'm an old man, then I behave like an old man. Labyrinth theory suggests that people behavior is influenced by the level attached to them by society. Labyrinth theory posts that self-identity and behavior of individuals may be determined or influenced by terms used to describe or classify them. If you classify somebody as a thief, then the person will manage to behave like one. By the way, the society, I'm not a thief, but the society has tagged me as a thief. It's better I go into that, I say, in a special way that people will recognize me as a thief, rather than just naming me a thief. It is most often used in the study of crime and deviance, where that means criminally deviant individuals tend to foster actual deviant behavior. If you are looking at a social justice, let's take a case of children, or we are human beings, we cannot express ourselves from certain action. As a human being, maybe male and female, and people are kissing two friends, male and female friends, that they are friends. Their friendship has gone beyond ordinary friends. They are beginning to have common knowledge of themselves. So people, this will be an accusation. Meanwhile, nothing like that has happened. But people, because you have been going out with such person, you have been dating that person, and the society will look at the two of you and say, this is what is happening. This will compel some individuals to go into that particular action that they have never done before. By the way, when I'm not doing it, but the entire society, the whole of our class, who are our classmates, even our lecturers, even my parents. When I went from this, they started beating me because of why? What happened that they were beating me? They said you are my boyfriend. They say you are my girlfriend. So it's better I do it. Those kind of things. If you are calling somebody a criminal, somebody will say, by the way, I'm not a criminal, but they have been calling me a criminal. So the next thing is, let me go into it. So that if I'm called a criminal, I will not feel anything. This is what social leveling is all about. The main assumptions of social. Let me go back to this. This social leveling is a theory that is very, very interesting. Does anybody have anything to say about this social leveling? Let's look at what do you have to say about this theory? Precious, what do you have to say about this theory? Maybe the networking of this place is not friendly. Lazy King, comment about this theory, or mute and comment.
Sir, from my end, I will not totally agree with this labeling theory that says that is what the society says about an individual, that is how the individual is. Like, let me use an example.
No,
Someone
no, wait, understand this. If the society tag an individual, so the individual will tend to behave like that. Not that the individual is like that before you. Go ahead.
okay, if the society tag an individual like that, the individual will behave like that. I don't know why I like using an example of a politician. If a politician is always promising someone something, he's not good at keeping to his promise, people will look at him like that, and in that case, he will act like that because they will say he's not a man of his word. So because of that, if he gets to hear what the people are saying against him, he would definitely act like that. Since these people said I'm not man of my word, then there's no point doing what I have promised them to do. I don't know if I'm making any sense about it.
Yeah, you are making a great sense out of it. You are only just affirming what the social theory has postulated. The postulation that is that people tend to act the way the society has named them, the way the society has classified them. If I'm not a teacher, I'm not a bus driver, I'm not a bus conductor, but you say you behave like one, okay, let me try and be one of that things they are calling me. The example you gave is actually very true. A politician who has made a lot of promises during his campaign time. At the point he is there, he has been elected, he has won election and he is there. But he cares not to do anything because oftentimes people will say he is one of the fake promise people. He made a lot of fake promises. So even if I do it, they will still say all these are fake promises. Thank you very much. Can Precious Okwe on mute and comment on this theory?
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, but in some cases, does it mean that even if we are labeled in a certain way, does it mean that the person is actually what they are labeled to be? Yeah. In most cases, people just be labeling based on their own perception of the person, or maybe the attitude the person portrays per time. It may not really be right. So I may not agree with this theory because it may not be right in all cases.
Okay, let's say a place 50, 100 by 50. What marks can you attribute of this category of people? Would you agree with this theory 50% or 40%?
I agree 40%, sir.
Is it because I mentioned 40%?
No. 40, because actually sometimes when you label people from the way they act, it can be true. But certain times the person's mood, their emotional state can influence their actions per time. And it may not, your labeling may not be right at that time. So it can work sometimes, but not always. That's why I'm giving it a 40.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Can Torut comment on this theory? What can you say about the theory? Do you agree with the theory in totality, or you disagree with it in totality? Disagree against the support for the theory?
Sir, I'm just joining the class. My network has been very terrible.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello,
Then
sir.
the most, can you comment? Do you?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I've heard you. I've heard you too.
I said my network. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Oh, I've heard you. I've heard you. Can Chidima comment on this theory? Do you agree with it 100% or disagree with it 100%?
Okay, sir. From the explanation you gave, you said it's like calling somebody a king and then the person behaves like a king.
Yes.
And all of that.
Yes,
That
the person
is
was not the person wasn't like that before, but because immediately they declared him as if that
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
loud and
Okay,
clear.
fine. I really don't completely disagree with the theory. I may give it like a 70, okay, let's say 60% agreement to the theory because it does not apply in every facet of life. Because if you call the person a king, it's because the person has been conferred with the titleship of a king, coronated, and all of those things. But if you call someone who is in the farm a king and the person is not a king, you're just calling the person that name. It does not mean the person will have to start behaving like that. So the theory does not really apply in all facets, though it is true because sometimes people behave in accordance to what they are. Lawyers behave like, they're in charge of law and order and all of that. Then those like politicians, like pastors, the clergymen and all. So I will not completely disagree, but I'll give it a 60% agreement. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You've gone a little outside the boundaries of the theory. If you are talking of lawyers, a lawyer is somebody who has studied and been in that profession, must behave like one. A politician is somebody who has won election and is in that category. So he needs to behave like one. Let me give you an insight. But your analogy is good. My son, his name is Senator. And when he was in the primary school, when he gets to school, all of them knew him as Senator. This boy will sit and be directing his classmates, and they will be acting because this boy is a senator. Thank you very much. Then Amos, can you comment on this theory? Do you disagree or agree with the theory? It's like Dende is not with us. Can Jaffe Doga, can you comment? Are you against or in support of this theory? What percentage? Okay. He's not. So the main assumptions of the theory are that powerful individuals and the state create labeling of some behavior as inappropriate. So the theory is saying it is state and powerful people that have decided to label, to bring out names attached to behavior. You are calling somebody a criminal. It is state and powerful people that have just decided, otherwise there's nothing like that. Rehabilitation efforts may move offenders closer to lives of crime because of the label they assign the individual engaging in it. Rehabilitation will rather move somebody close to lives of crime. If you look at this aspect very well, this point very well, if you arrest somebody who has committed crime and take him to a detention, take him, and if he or she is being tried, he has been reminded in the prison, the person will meet with hardened criminals. But here you are trying to rehabilitate the person. After the judgment is passed, he may be sentenced to prison. And when you take this person to prison, you are trying to rehabilitate this person. But it's like when the person comes out of the prison, the behavior of the person may be worse. This is what this point is trying to say. Rehabilitation efforts may move offenders close to lives of crime because the label they assign individual engaging in the behavior. If you are labeled and taken into that thing, what if you are taken into prison? What did you do that they are bringing you here? You did this, that. So some of them will even be harassing you. You didn't do anything reasonable, but they are bringing you here. You would have done this. You would have done this or that to that person. Were you afraid that you didn't do that thing faithfully to the person? You would have inflicted more pain on that person. Another point is, as members of the society begin to treat the individuals on the basis of their levels, the individual begins to accept the level themselves and continue with the deviant behavior. Yes, here is all accepting what the theory is saying, that immediately somebody has been nicknamed or somebody has been branded or somebody has been labeled as such, the person will accept and begin to behave like that. The theory group behavior into 4 categories as falsely accused. When they falsely accuse you, then at times you may not want to behave as such. Then comforting. Comforting is people who may get into that and feel comfortable. If you nickname somebody or you label somebody as a thief, he is comfortable with the name. The pure deviant is people who are actually involved in that thing, whether you label them or you don't label them, they don't care. Then secret deviant. Secret deviant here is looking at it that all of us are deviant. But we do it secretly. That's why there is this saying that 99 days for the thief and 1 day for the owner. Maybe you and I have been doing it, but we have not been caught. So we do it secretly. Who among us can say that he has never done something wrong? Let's look at this point together. This particular point that we are talking about secret deviance. Who among us will say he or she has not done anything wrong? Can you comment? Can somebody comment on this point? Okay, you want me to call you names before you comment? Let me go back to the point so that you understand it very well. The point I'm trying to make is the theory group behavior into 4 categories of falsely accused. Yes, people that they have not done anything, but they have been labeled to comforting. People who have done it and they are comfortable with it. The pure deviant people who have been born and are into that, no matter what you do, they wouldn't want to correct it. They're secret deviant. Then the point I'm trying to make is on this secret deviant, that if we don't disagree with this theory, I hope was it Precious who said she can accept it 40%? Can you comment on this secret deviant?
Well, sir, secret deviant is not written on the forehead, so yes, you cannot really you say. Yes, you can't really say whether what you have labeled them as is true until you see it in action. So I really don't know how to comment on this.
Yes, the point I'm trying to make is, let's look at us. Since you and I were both, haven't we followed the secret deviant action?
Of course we have, sir, at different times, especially in childhood. We were very secretive in certain things we did because we didn't want our parents to find out.
Well, that's it. Thank you very much for your comment. So this secret deviant, I said that there is a popular saying that 99 days for a thief and 1 day for the owner. We do it secretly, but at the end of it, if we are not caught, then we claim there is no problem. Until we are caught that we don't have anything. This theory has been criticized that ignores factors as differences in socialization, attitude, opportunities that led to deviant act. A key is saying the socialization matter, attitude and opportunities that led to the deviant. If somebody is hungry and there is no way out. He decided to go and store food items, cook and eat. You can see that's the situation that has situation that has pushed that person to go into that. Then there are times socialization, people you socialize with. If you are not careful, they can push you into that. Before you know, you become part and parcel of the deviant social system. Number two, it is not entirely certain whether labeling increases deviance. But one of us, I think, who actually said that one of us actually said, it's not all the cases. If I'm not mistaken, Chidima said it's not all the cases. There are cases that people, it does not increase social deviance. Number three, it has failed to explain primary deviance. Primary deviance, yes. Yoga, you want to talk?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll mute your microphone. So it's not in all cases, it has failed to explain primary deviance. If you look at one of the points, we're looking at primary deviance. If you look at the preceding slide here, they say deviance is categorized into four. The group, this behavior, pure deviant. Then if you are looking at pure deviant, people are born like that. But so the theory did not explain the primary deviance. Number four, its lack of attention to labeling of categories of people. People have been labeled differently. Yes, you have been labeled a king. One of us mentioned that you have been labeled a king, and if you are not in a position to be king, you will be acting and people will just be laughing at you. Like the case of my son that I gave example, is because his classmates accepted and they kept on acting. He kept on acting on them. They also acted on, they accepted that. So if you are there and they don't accept, it depends on the category of people you are dealing with. It failed to specify the condition under which official labeling works. If they label you officially, it has failed to tell. If they are saying you are president, you are this and that, in your official place. And if it doesn't work, you have been labeled so. So these are the criticisms of the theory. Then it is applied in this different way. So education in relation to teachers, applying labels on their pupils in terms of their ability, potential, or behavior. Teachers, they will tell a pupil or a student that you are behaving as you are dumb, you are deaf and dumb. You academically, you are not sound. You are behaving like you this blockheaded pupil. Things like that, because the teachers, these are the labels the teachers place on the student, and also their potential or behavior. Number two, it is commonly associated with sociology or crimes. Labeling someone unlawfully deviant can lead to poor conduct. In crime, when you label somebody as a deviant, you label somebody as a thief, it can lead to poor conduct of the person, because the person will want to behave. Some people will want to behave like that because they have been labeled like that already. So is this a crime? Number three, describing someone as a criminal for example, can cause others to treat the person more negatively, and in turn, the individual acts out. This is very powerful. If you are tagging somebody as a criminal, the person may act negatively because people on seeing him, talking to him or her will be very careful. I was told that this person is a criminal. So it will create a negative impression on that person. It does create negative impression on the person. And that negative impression may be carried by that person. This thing can lead to people leaving one location to another. For example, I'm not a prostitute. Yeah, calling me a prostitute. When I go out, they calling me a prostitute. Okay, let me leave this place. Otherwise, anywhere I go, they will be calling me a prostitute in that location. Okay, if that's the case, people will start treating that person as one. So it has negative effect on that individual. The individual may or may not act like that, but the implication is the negative effect on that individual is more higher than any other thing. For you to clean up that negative thing, negative level on you is something else. So it's not something that is very friendly. These are the theories. So now let's look at social leveling theory in general. When we started, very few people were able to comment, and the floor is still open. If you want to say anything about social leveling theory, you have a floor. Let's begin the other way around. We wouldn't want to begin with Chidima now. Bashir, have you connected? Has there been any improvement in service in your location? If so, please comment on leveling theory. Bashir, unmute the microphone.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Bashir.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay,
good
sir.
Afternoon, and thank you.
Okay, sir. What did you say? I did not hear you well.
Have you heard the theory we have just finished talking about, discussing?
No, sir. I just joined the class. I have been trying to log in, but it's not. There is network problem. That's why I did not log in on time.
I earlier advised you that you change location. Otherwise, that your location today is not friendly, network friendly at all.
Actually, sir.
What we are saying is don't unmute to let's talk.
Okay, sir.
What we are saying is we are looking at social level. That when you label
at what?
Social leveling, you label.
Okay, okay. Yes,
when you label people, they tend to behave the way you have labeled them. They tend to behave the way you have labeled them.
Okay.
So this theory is saying, should you label people? They tend to behave like that. But one thing is, this labeling has a negative effect on that person. If the person is involved, the person may feel a little comfortable, but if the person is not actually carrying the action you have labeled him or her, the person will not be comfortable. So how do you look at the theory? But it has you have already created an impression, and the public is now not aware that this is what this person is. This is who this person is.
Yeah.
What's your view about theory?
Okay, sir. If I can understand you, that let me set an example. For example, let's say in an environment or in a setting whereby there are people staying there, and you find out that there is a particular person that maybe your narration on him is that maybe he is a thief, and in real sense he is not a thief. So actually, when you paint him with that name as a thief, so the society will look at him as a bad person, and the person will not feel comfortable, and he will not feel okay to stay in that environment. If I understand what you are saying, that's my own view about it.
Correct. That's actually correct. We are looking at immediately you label the person as a thief, then the society will start looking at that person as a thief, even if he or she is not.
Yes,
And
sir.
you have created impression to the society, and the society has documented and disseminated information concerning the person that this is who the person is. Earlier on, we attempted to look at it, that when you label people, they tend to behave the way they have been labeled. Do you agree with this theory? What's your take
Yes, sir.
concerning this theory? About the
Yes,
theory,
sir.
I mean. Okay, thank you very much. Any comment? Any other comment?
Yes, sir.
Yoga. Okay, okay, Ruth. So you can go
So I
ahead.
want to comment on the last thing you just said. You said the last point you mentioned. You said when people are labeled, they tend to
Yes,
behave
yes, go ahead.
Towards what they are labeled as. I want to say that in a situation where someone is being labeled or called what he is not, the reaction is usually like the person feels sad, the person is not happy, and an image has been painted about them, or a wrong image has been painted about them, of which they are not. They feel they are not this person, and I feel there are other circumstances. There are few circumstances that when someone feels that way, he tries to, you know, going forward, or no, not really going forward. He tries to live in such a way that he tries to prove otherwise. He's trying to live his life proving otherwise, thereby living like that. I feel by living like that, I feel he's now trying to prove a point to the society, not that he's now living freely, living comfortably, associating, because he has been labeled, an impression has been created about him. He's no longer comfortable in that environment. Then he now tries to live to prove a point, to vindicate his name, trying to, I don't know, somehow, you know, putting efforts to prove a point to everyone that he is not what he is labeled. And by that, he's not really living, but he's trying to prove something to other people. So that's what I have to contribute to that point you just mentioned.
Okay, thank you very much. But let's any other comment? Okay, Florence is Fanus. You were not able to join us in the morning. I hope you have heard our discussion concerning learning theory. Can you unmute your microphone and say your opinion about it?
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Sandy. Yes, we are with you.
Yes, sir. Concerning your question, hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello,
I'm
sir.
hearing you.
Okay. Concerning your question, whether
Go
I
ahead. Go
agree.
ahead and talk.
Okay. I said concerning your question, whether I've agreed that
Business era kuta silani. No, alikuwa nchiwo store. Oruko. So, no, feta bro, to see how we can have the venue. Then, no, rakupyo, then we links back. So, you can pull side, yeah, bro. After park, immediately like the left. So, you can pull.
We can't hear you. Obu Samson,
I
can you talk?
Mr. Joseph was talking, I wasn't getting it clearly. I said concerning whether I've agreed that people tend to act the way they are being labeled. Because
It's
I
okay.
worked with the university where two twins, a woman gave birth to two twins. Few years later, the woman died. And these things at the early age were tagged as criminals, causing nuisance in the society. The other started acting to, just as my sister said, few years later, as they were called as criminals in the society, the other one said already have been tagged as a criminal, then we start acting like one, of which they were not. While the other one said, there is a need for me to vindicate myself and then write off that name I've been called. So it's a 50-50 thing. Some people, when you label them as bad people, they want to prove a point that they're actually not. And while some people, when you call them that name, they want to act like one. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Obu Samson, you are just joining us. Can you unmute your microphone and say, talk? Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I equally want to contribute on
Go ahead and contribute.
On this theory. Yes. And that is on applicability of this theory, number 3, that says describing someone as a criminal, for example, can cause others to treat that person more negatively and turn the individual acts out. I want to say that even in criminal justice, when you go to court, when most times by statement of the accused or defendant, the person may live practically to defend himself, right? But as it has been labeled as a criminal, the act of guilt or the presiding judge may look at that person, may tend to align with the statement of the prosecuting,
Then they understand. Then they understand.
Tend to align her judgment with the. Hello.
Yes, understand.
Hello,
what
sir.
we are saying. Doga, we are not saying when somebody is like,
yes, sir,
is taken to court, but we are looking at it from the social space where this person is not taken to court by the society. We look at people and grade them, label them based on what their interaction with the person. Nobody is taken to court. Nobody is taking that person who has been labeled to court to defend himself or herself. But the society, others will say it before you, others will not say it before you. There, as you are moving around, they are pointing you that he is a thief, that person.
I was looking at it at towing the line of jungle justice. Sometimes you say this person is merely say the person is a criminal, giving a fair or listening to know vividly whether the person is guilty or not guilty. And then jungle justice is meant on that person. It's that angle that I was trying to come from.
Any other comment from any other person? We started this side and we are going this way. Who has spoken? Yoga has spoken. Okay, Lizzie, go ahead. Unmute yourself and talk.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, my mates, and
Lizzie,
I
you
hope we
have
are
the
all
mic.
following this. Sir, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Why are we at the negative side of this labeling theory alone? Why are we not seeing the positive side as well?
Let me come in. Let me come in here. Is the negative side of it that usually affect people in the society. The positive side does not have that permanent impression in somebody's life. But the negative, they have that impression in somebody's life, which is what we are looking at. If, for instance, you are called a particular name that you don't do, you will not be happy with it. But if they are ascribing you as somebody who is not a president,
but deep down, that person
will be happy. Go ahead.
Very nice person. Okay? And deep down, the person is not nice. Trying to portray who he or she is not to the public. But deep within him or herself, he knows that he is not nice. Like, let me use this example. We can see someone behaving like a pastor in the physical, but deep within, the person is not a pastor. But we, the society, have labeled this person to be a pastor, but the person is not. How do we talk about this?
Well, in this situation, there are two levels placed on the person. The first level was that the person was somebody to reckon with in the society. Then the second one will affect the person more than the first one. Then it's like trying to vacate the first level and label the person a different thing. So here is a negative aspect of it that we'll have to fight with the positive aspect of it. Which one? Whichever one the public is more aware of, then it subsists. Lizzie, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I'm listening.
That's what I have to say about it. Do you want to talk again because your hand is up?
Hello.
Yes.
I want to know this. The afternoon session, please, this aside the lectures for today, I want to know from 1 p.m. to what time, sir? So we can arrange our schedule, sir.
To 2.
Okay, okay.
1 p.m. to 2, we have exceeded our time. My lecture finished 3 minutes before that time. Is our contribution that we have exceeded our time about 7 minutes, but we started late, so I wouldn't want to just cut everything like that. The morning session starts from 10 to 12. The afternoon session is from 1 to 2. 4 hours in a day. 3 hours, I mean to say.
Okay, sir.
Any other contribution? Okay, Joseph, go ahead and talk.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, my phone was faulty, so I joined this afternoon section, and it was also late. But I heard you people discussing about labeling theory, and I want to make my own contribution that to some
Go ahead,
certain
but be very smart because you're
level.
outside.
I agreed with this society. Hello,
How
sir.
many percent?
Okay, I go with 60%.
Okay, okay.
Yes, because you will see most of the time when society labels somebody, you will see that the person, for instance, in school, that this person is a no-go area, this person is very dull, he cannot do anything. And the person, you see that the child will also have this mentality of, I am nobody, I cannot do this. And you see that it affects that child. And in another instance, you see maybe the society now will influence that person, and the person will begin to think that, yes, I have the power. I can.
Odu. Hello.
Yes.
Odu, you are
yes,
going
I can
outside.
Hear you, sir.
You are going outside leveling theory. You are going outside leveling theory. If you talk of someone psychologically being defeated, being demoralized, it is not leveling. That is demoralization because of maybe societal interaction. But here, what we are talking when we are talking about leveling, the society will level somebody. You are such. You gave a good example of a lecturer that is being tagged as somebody who is very hard. Yes, that one, but the other one is not leveling. Go ahead. Oh, we are not hearing you again. Oh, have you lost out?
He left the meeting, sir.
Odu is nowhere to be found.
Network.
His network, yes. Any other comment? Comment. Okay, in absence of any comment, we call it a day here. So I'm saying bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir. We really enjoy your lecture, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Good afternoon, my fellow mates.
Did you?
Doga, the meeting, the lecture has come to
Good everyone.
You may like to leave. Then we are leaving. Lizzie, we are leaving. Florence,
Okay, sir.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.